Long ago, in a bustling village surrounded by forests and flowing rivers, there lived a young woman named Adaeze. She was beautiful, but her heart was consumed by envy and ambition. Adaeze longed for the love of a wealthy farmer, Obi, who was the pride of the village. Obi, however, barely noticed her, for his heart belonged to another woman. Desperate to win Obi's affection, Adaeze sought the help of a powerful dibia, traditional healer. She begged him to craft a love potion that would bind Obi's heart to hers forever. The dibia, with a warning about the potion's fragile nature, agreed and prepared a concoction, instructing Adaeze to renew its potency every 4 years. With the potion in hand, Adaeze enchanted Obi. The very next day, Obi declared his love for her and proposed marriage. The village was surprised, but no one dared question his sudden change of heart. Adaeze and Obi married and soon had 3 children. Adaeze renewed the potion faithfully every 4 years to keep Obi's love strong. Years passed, and life seemed perfect for Adaeze. Obi worked tirelessly on his farm, providing a life of comfort for his family, while Adaeze basked in the joy of her growing household. However, deep inside, a shadow of guilt lingered in her heart, and she knew the dibia's warnings would not be ignored forever. As the 12th year approached, the dibia summoned Adaeze to remind her to renew the potion. But this time, Adaeze hesitated. She reasoned with herself, why should I keep this going? We have been together for 12 years. We have children, a family. Surely, Obi loves me now without the potion. Ignoring the dibia's advice, Adaeze decided not to renew the spell. Weeks passed, and as the potion's effect faded, Obi began to feel strange. Memories long buried began to resurface. Slowly, he pieced together the truth of how he had been manipulated all these years. One fateful evening, Obi confronted Adaeze. His voice was cold and firm as he demanded answers. Trembling, Adaeze confessed her deeds, weeping and begging for forgiveness. But Obi, now free of the enchantment, was consumed by anger and betrayal. You have stolen my will for 12 years. He thundered. You made me a slave to your selfish desires. Leave my house at once. Despite Adaeze's pleas, Obi sent her away, claiming their children as his own. Heartbroken, Adaeze left the village, wandering aimlessly into the wilderness. Meanwhile, Obi faced the difficult task of explaining the truth to his children and rebuilding trust with them. Adaeze wandered the wilderness for months, her once beautiful features weathered by guilt and despair. She lived on wild fruits and roots, her heart heavy with regret. One day, she stumbled upon a small, secluded shrine deep in the forest. Exhausted, she collapsed at its entrance. An elderly priestess emerged from the shrine, her eyes sharp yet kind. Why do you wander the wilds, child? She asked, overwhelmed by the opportunity to unburden her soul. Adaeze poured out her story, confessing her sins and the pain she had caused. The priestess listened intently, then said, your actions were wrong, but the gods see the remorse in your heart. If you truly seek redemption, you must face your past, seek forgiveness, and prove your worth. Only through sacrifice and humility can balance be restored. The priestess gave Adaeze a staff and a clay pot of sacred water, instructing her to return to her village to make amends. With renewed purpose, Adaeze began the long journey back, determined to reclaim her honor. Back in the village, Obi had started to rebuild his life. Though still bitter, he focused on raising his children with love and teaching them the values of honesty and integrity. News of Adaeze's return spread quickly, sparking curiosity and unease. Adaeze approached Obi's compound with trembling hands, holding the sacred water. The villagers gathered, eager to witness the confrontation. Adaeze knelt before Obi, tears streaming down her face. Obi, she began, her voice shaking, I have wronged you in ways I cannot undo. I let my envy blind me and my selfishness destroy the trust we should have shared. I do not ask to be welcomed back, but I beg for your forgiveness, for the sake of our children and my soul. Obi stared at her, his emotions a storm of anger, pain, and pity. The children, confused but hopeful, looked to their father for guidance. After a long silence, Obi finally spoke. "Forgiveness is not easily given, Adaeze. But I see your regret. If you wish to prove your sincerity, you must dedicate yourself to this village and to the children you claim to love." Adaeze nodded, her heart swelling with determination. She vowed to spend the rest of her life serving the community. Teaching others about the dangers of deceit and the importance of truth. Over the years, Adaeze became a respected figure in the village. She worked tirelessly, helping farmers, mentoring women, and providing for orphans. Her children, though hesitant at first, began to see the change in her heart and grew to respect her efforts. Obi, though cautious, eventually softened. He allowed Adaeze to spend time with their children, and the family began to rebuild a fragile but hopeful bond. The villagers, too, saw the power of redemption and forgiveness through Adaeze's transformation. In her final years, Adaeze became a storyteller, sharing her tale with younger generations. She warned them of the dangers of manipulating love and taught them that true love must always be free and honest. When Adaeze passed away, the village honored her memory, not for her past mistakes, but for her journey of redemption. Her story became a testament to the power of repentance, the pain of betrayal, and the strength of forgiveness. Years after Adaeze's passing, her children, now grown, carried forward the lessons from their parents' tumultuous story. Each of them bore the scars of their family's past, but also the wisdom that came from witnessing their mother's redemption and their father's resilience. The eldest son, Chibuzo, became a leader in the village, advocating for fairness and honesty in all dealings. He often said, "My parents' mistakes and their growth taught me that truth is the foundation of all relationships." His wisdom earned him great respect, and he worked tirelessly to ensure that the community thrived. The second child, Amoka, became a healer. She followed in the footsteps of the elderly priestess who had helped Adaeze, dedicating her life to offering solace to the brokenhearted and guiding those who had strayed back to the path of righteousness. The third child, Nonso, used his unique bond to teach others about the importance of unity and forgiveness. He often recounted his mother's story to warn against the temptation of shortcuts in matters of the heart. The tale of Adaeze and Obi had left a deep imprint on the village. Over time, it became a parable told to every young man and woman preparing for marriage. The elders would gather them under the large baobab tree, saying, "Love is a sacred bond, not a tool for manipulation. When love is honest, it grows stronger with time. When it is forced, it crumbles like dry clay." The village, inspired by this story, became a community that valued transparency and mutual respect in relationships. People sought the counsel of the dibia and priestess, not for manipulation, but for guidance and blessings. Decades later, as Obi grew old, he visited Adaeze's grave for the first time. He knelt by the simple mound under the shade of a mango tree, his heart heavy with memories. Placing a small wooden carving of their family on her grave, he whispered, "Adaeze, I never thought I could forgive you. But time has shown me that redemption is real, and your love for our children was always genuine. I hope you found peace." Tears streamed down his face as he rose. From that day onward, Obi lived with a lighter heart, knowing that forgiveness, even delayed, could heal wounds. Adaeze and Obi's story lived on, not as a tale of tragedy, but as a powerful reminder of human flaws and virtues. The village prospered, built on the lessons of truth, redemption, and the enduring power of love, not the kind forced by potions, but the kind forged through honesty, effort, and time. Years after the events unfolded, the village elders decided to incorporate the lessons from Adaeze and Obi's story into their teachings. They would gather under the great baobab tree, where the entire community, young and old, would sit and listen. One of the eldest women, Nwani Oku, often spoke with a commanding yet gentle voice. Love is a bond that must be nurtured with truth, not manipulated with lies. If you force the heart, it will eventually rebel. 2. Beware of shortcuts in relationships. They may bring temporary happiness but will always lead to lasting pain. 3. Seek mutual respect in love. It is the only foundation strong enough to withstand the storms of life. 4. Jealousy and envy can blind even the wisest. When you feel these emotions, pause and reflect before acting. 5. A guilty heart will always seek redemption. Do not let your pride keep you from making amends. 6. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is the strength to heal yourself and others. 7. Parents, remember that your choices shape your children's futures. Act with integrity for their sake. 8. When you wrong someone, repentance is only the first step. True redemption lies in proving your sincerity through actions. 9. Do not trust easily, but do not harden your heart so much that forgiveness becomes impossible. 10. Always seek counsel when faced with difficult decisions. Wisdom shared is wisdom multiplied. These lessons became central to the village's values, ensuring that no one repeated the mistakes of Adaeze and Obi. Get notified of new videos by subscribe to our channel and be a part of the journey. Hit the subscribe button to be the first to know about new videos.